Hi, friends. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. This is Sunday Tent Talk with Tazarello and friends. I think it's episode 5. Um, Super excited to be here today. What is going on, everybody in chat? We got Chaotic Rage with us, which is pretty much now like a co-host at this point. You know what I mean?
What's up? I gotta get a light
Super,
on here.
super excited to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, my man. How are you doing?
Doing good. We got John Lindsay in the house. Uh, Super awesome to see. The Green Oracle, what is going on? Cheers, mate. I don't know why I said that like I was Australian, but I think the the Green Oracle might be. I don't know. Uh, but Rob shot. What is going on? So I think he froze. He is frozen in time right now, but he'll be right back. Um, yeah, he said hopefully Taz shows up. Oh, he's not in stream. I wasn't here until 2 minutes to go. And there you are. All right, you're back now. But yeah, I was scrambling to get here. It's my son that actually reminded me that I was going live. 'Cause it's so light outside. It's 7 o'clock. What the time change messed me up. You know what I mean? I'm used to it being uh pretty dark out. But we have a great show this week. Uh so how you been doing? I know I popped a lot of beans for my outside grow, and I'm super excited to start outside. It's just I know I'm pretty early.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like literally like last week it hit like 70 degrees here, and now here it's been raining all day and it's like 30 degrees, but like literally like 30 miles north of here, and they got 20 inches of snow. So it's like
Hmm.
that's like I know people are ready for spring, but it's not here yet.
No, it just
Maybe
keeps
some
poking
parts of
its
the
head.
country, but yeah, like the northern part, it's still here. It's the winter. It still wants to stick around.
Right.
But yeah, because I know. I mean, I can't blame. I threw out some freaking. I mean, they're um, perennials already. So like I
Oh
just
yeah.
like they were just seeds. Like I literally just like Johnny Appleseed like around like the edge of my house. So like they're just just throwing freaking handfuls of freaking seeds. So
Oh, that's cool.
um yeah, but yeah, it's. I mean, you definitely start them inside, though. I mean, it's just a matter of how much
Yeah,
room you got.
that's what I was explaining to my sister. She was like, "But when should I start them?" I'm like, "Depending on how big of a plant you want going outside. You know what I mean? Do you want a nice sized plant, or you want a seedling going outside? You probably want something that's 5, 6, 7 weeks old. You know what I mean? At least in a 1 gallon pot, ready to be transplanted out of the 1 gallon pot. Um, Maybe 2 gallon pots probably too big. I had started last year. I started growing. I was given a clone that was monster cropped off of a outside grow, and I was given it in December, but I kept it till the next year, all the way until Mother's Day. I had put it outside, so that thing was like 5 foot tall. It was in a 7 gallon or a 10 gallon pot, and it was super huge. It was really nice. If I wouldn't have put it out so early, it would have been great. I would have been off and sailing. I'd have had a 15-foot tree. But there again, with that 15-foot tree, that would have come a lot of responsibility, a whole lot of work. You know what I mean? So really, just for the novice grower, you don't want to be putting a plant out there 5 foot tall at the beginning of the summer. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be huge. You're going to have to buy a like an orchard ladder basically to get up in this thing. So I think keeping them about 18 inches, 2 foot, going outside would be um, a good size, I would say. So you would get like a 7 or 8 foot plant, um, depending on the cultivar. Obviously, you might get a 5, 6 foot plant, but still, that's if you get 5 or 6 of those outside, you got a really pretty good harvest. You know what I mean? You'll probably be able to sustain until the next harvest. You know what I mean? If you don't give too much of it away. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But what is right now? And I'm in zone 6A, 6B. Um, so let's see if I get my calendar out. Yeah, I'm probably well, okay, so I want to put out June 1st is when I want to put my plants out. I don't know if that's exactly the correct day or not, but I do know 2 weeks, three
It
weeks before that, it wasn't the right time.
yeah, it will definitely be close enough because yeah, if you put them out in early May, even mid May, when they're mature like that, like they will just take off and flower, and
Mhm.
you got
And reveg, and then they're
yeah, I mean that.
super susceptible to any type of pathogens while they're in that reveg state. Um,
And
yeah.
then they get really confused because they're supposed to be winding up for flower, not just flipping the flower, then going back to veg, and then flipping up the flower again. Like
Mhm.
they that I mean that can be real detrimental to them. Just especially if you're like, if you're, you have like a like very strict plant limit, plant count, because you may have to start over, or it can be a real pain. But
Yeah.
yeah, I
So like right
go ahead.
now I got how many my phone turned off. How many weeks? So I got 2 full months and 2.5 weeks. Right. So I started mine a couple days ago. So I figured they would be in the solo cups about 2 weeks. And then I would put them in a 1 gallon pot. I don't know. A 1 gallon pot for in there for 2 months is kind of a long time for a plant to be in a 1 gallon pot. So I might have to up pot them one more time. It's like a 2 or 3 gallon pot. But going outside, it doesn't necessarily matter. The bigger the roots, the bigger the fruits. But yeah, that's why I say I think I'm a little bit early, honestly. Um, I probably should have started like April 1st, and then that would have given my plants like 6 weeks in a 1 gallon pot. And me live with doing living soil. That's about as much food as in what I mean a 1 gallon pot. I would say once you put like a small plant in there, it would take about 30 days to fill that up and eat away all the food before I would have to top dress or transplant. Um, but my
Yeah,
biggest problem is overwatering. I just love them too
yeah.
much.
When you put them in too big of a pot, it's very easy to overwater.
Yeah, so I don't want to start them in a 3 gallon pot out of a solo cup. I'd rather build that root ball up, give them a good foundation. So I think I'm okay. And the tent is going to get a little colder here this week, so that might slow down the seedlings a little bit. I know they really like the warm climate, and I don't have a heater. I'm not gonna put a heater in my basement and let it run all the time. It's not electrical heaters just aren't too safe, and I'm a little weary of them. Plus, I got enough electricity going out. I'm definitely, excuse me, I'm not trying to do all that.
Yeah, I used to use like a space heater, and then I was just like, A, it's a huge fire hazard. B, it's actually a lot of extra cost, and it's like the plants. I mean, and the only time you truly like I would need it was at like if I was in flower, because if I was in veg, like I would just give it extra light is extra heat, or else I turn down the exhaust, especially, like. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of way you can like manage heat, retain your heat other than like adding heat. And I learned that it's a lot more efficient to recycle the heat you're already creating with the lights. But it is kind of hard when the lights are off. But well, my plants, they just learned to suffer through it because they're not getting heat anymore. Like, it really is just a hazard. I mean, 'cause, I mean, you
yeah,
have to do it. Those electric space heaters. I mean, it's like, they have all these safety features on them, but it's like, yeah, like this tent is like made out of like nylon, like highly flammable. Like I would
hmm
imagine, like not the greatest to be running heaters around these fucking things.
no, no. Now AC Infinity or not AC Infinity? I think AC Infinity might, but I'm pretty sure Vivison. has a heater. It might be AC Infinity. Has a heater, air conditioner, dehumidifier combo. And when you have an air conditioner, you automatically have a dehumidifier. Because that's what an air conditioner is. It dehumidifies the air. Um, so I mean, I think that would be pretty safe because it's like a contained unit. A little safer, as I would have to say, but I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, yeah, like I said, like there are like multiple ways, like especially if like I don't know, you were using an AC in like one of your tents, like you could technically use the heated exhaust, like the exhaust off your AC is hot, off of those portable ACs are hot, so you could port that into another tent and use it as a heat source, and
mm-hmm.
there's a
Yeah,
multiple ways of doing it. It's just yeah, I attempt to avoid. Honestly, it is a huge safety factor, but when now with the electric being like 20 cents, it's like now it's hurting your pocket too, running, a couple of 200 watt electric heaters, and you
yeah,
got four tents, that's like an extra 800 watts that you're just blowing through for
smashing through.
no
So
reason.
yeah, we had I was outside in we don't smoke weed in the house. We don't smoke cigarettes. Well, we don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but we didn't smoke that in the house. We would always go outside. Having 7 kids in the house, it was, what I mean? Might as well just do it outside. And so I've always either went to my truck or like now this house, we have a shed. So I converted my shed into a chill spot. You know what I mean? But it was the dang electric bill was getting to be too much, to heat that thing out there all the time. You know what I mean? And I had fish out there. Say something about fish. Um, and so I had to keep it heated all the time. And that was just too much. It was just too much on the electric. And so my wife went and bought me this carbon filter and was like, just zip up the tent. You're already hanging out in there anyways. Just zip it up and smoke in there. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it saved on our electric bill. This little 6-inch inline fan or 4-inch inline fan here from Vivison, it don't take that much power.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
honestly, that's another thing, is like you yourself are a heat source, like humans are heaters, like that's how a blanket works, Blanket doesn't create heat, you create the heat. Blanket just holds it in, it's it's
yeah,
yeah, it's crazy because like like if you got if you're by yourself in a car and it's the middle of winter, I'm sure you've like everybody in the north on there, like you're freezing your fucking ass off. If there's 4 or 5 people in there, like it actually gets pretty decent in there with everybody breathing everybody's body heat. Like you literally don't even need to run the heat. Like
yeah.
you're fine.
There you go, Dank Nugs. I shot you the link. Hey, I was watching that zoo. He went to the zoo today, and like he's just casually standing there, um, and gorilla comes out of nowhere, like rah, just bangs on the glass, and like holy crap! I was out of nowhere. Oh, the kids in the background start crying. I'm like, oh, heck yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, that was fun.
It was actually Dr. Danky, like his
Dr.
post.
Danknugs was live streaming at his Cincinnati Zoo today.
And
Scared
the
the
gorilla
living
attacked the
daylights
glass.
out of me. Yeah, it did. That was a big
Oh my
gorilla.
god! Yeah, I saw
Silverback.
him. Saw him transporting some lights. I think it might have been this morning or it was yesterday, but yeah, I haven't seen that post yet. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, it was a good one. But yeah, I always uh oh, and I'll definitely watch some what he say he was gonna start doing? He's gonna start doing some shit. Some adventures on edibles.
Oh god.
That'd be great, dude. I'd tune in. Been hanging out in my grow room more. I smoke it, make sure it's clean and lit. Yeah, and there's yeah. I I definitely smoked in here while my shit was drying right above me. And I don't think too much residue is gonna build up on the leaves or anything like that. But yeah,
I wouldn't know. I would like no, unless you were like hot boxing it and like you're in there for, I mean, like all day, you know, like can't imagine it's
it,
gonna like
it would be a good way to test out your ventilation system.
what's it gonna
Yeah,
be like? It's gonna be fucking weed resin anyway.
yeah. Like if you notice, like, oh wow, the smoke is just hovering over there in that corner. Well, it's probably a dead zone, and you got no air moving over there. Position the fan differently. Yeah, I mean, so smoking weed in your tent might be beneficial. We can find a positive. I don't. Diodes get covered too. Yeah, I was just thinking about cleaning my um the surface of my lights because a lot of times, like, I'll take my IPM and I'll spray underneath the plants. But how far is them spotlet? You know what I mean? Droplets of water getting through. Some of them might get through, and over 2 year span, how dirty are they? I don't never look at them. I'm never in there when the lights are off, so I never look at them like, oh, look at that. And you don't look at them when their lights are on. So I thought about one day when I go in there to do my IPM at night, I should just wipe them down. I'm going to start doing Dr. Dank's Edibles Adventures. I do most outdoor stuff. Hey, that would be awesome. Definitely be awesome. People will tune in. Uh, yeah. I always feel like if I had 7 people behind me watching me, talking to me right now, right? I'd be ecstatic. It'd be great. I would love it. You know what I mean? So like somebody asked me how many, or like who he was walking with, asked how many people was in his chat. And he's like, oh, just 5 or whatever. And then somebody was like, 5 important people. We're important out here. But yeah, it's I just love hanging out. I love spreading the knowledge. I love being a part of something greater than me. And hopefully I can just give a platform and an opportunity to be able to express to the public that this plant is really it's not a bad plant. Obviously, you could take it and you could do nefarious things with it, but you could do that with just anything. You can do that with the Bible too. You can use that for your nefarious reasons um, and greed and whatever. So I think I think cannabis is on a whole nother level, and it can't be compared to alcohol because alcohol makes you shut your mind up and it makes you stop thinking. It makes you stop feeling, and then you just go do, and usually you just wreck your life, right? Because you're not thinking about what you're doing. Now, cannabis, it usually makes people paranoid, and the reason why it makes you paranoid is because it makes you think about what you just did. Like, oh man, am I doing the right thing? Am I thinking? Am I being the right person? Did I just say the right thing to that person? Like, oh, you know what I mean? It really makes you analyze and think. So I think if you just channelize that or channelize, I think if you just channel that into just a better mindset and allow yourself to just kind of soul search and meditate and like it'll become a lot better. I don't think people will be as nervous or amped up or whatever. But yeah, I think it makes you think, it makes you analyze stuff. So it's on top of all the medical aspects of it. I was just watching um ICANN Matt. He does his legal news network, right, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And on his video today, I think it was Tennessee, and there was 2 lawmakers on the screen, and they was kind of arguing their points back and forth. And I kind of read into what one of the politicians was saying. One of the politicians was opposed to cannabis, and he was trying to prove why it's so bad or whatever. And he said one of his big hangups is the fact that it is federally illegal on a Schedule 1 aspect, rather than it being like he said if it got knocked down to a Schedule 3, then what he said was then the medical field could take over, and then we can actually find out what benefits there are, if any, of the plant, right? I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit, but my take on that is the government or the pharmaceuticals taking over. That's not. We want their assistance. We need them to be able to, research the plant and put together, research projects and at certain facilities and colleges out there. But taking over and then them just telling us how it's good is not. That's not how it's going to go. It's not. It's not even a thing. You know what I mean? Like we already
No,
understand that this plant is very good for Parkinson's. It gets rid of like seizures and uh, anxiety. You know what I mean? Like it helps pain management. It's helped quite a few people get off of pharmaceutical drugs where they was abusing those type of drugs, and it's helped people get off of hard street drugs and live a normal life. You know what I mean? Um, so I don't think they're going to be able to just take over. You know what I mean? Because what that says to me is the home grower is over with, and that's not. I don't think that should be a thing either. Because I mean, if so, then we should take away the ability to brew your own beer and liquor and wine at home, because that stuff is way more dangerous, in my opinion.
yeah, I mean that's the whole like falsehood behind the Schedule 3 is like all it's doing is letting corporate dollars in, like, because literally the research has already been done. Like, we aren't the only fucking country that is trying to legalize cannabis. Canada did it
Yeah,
like federally legalized it fucking almost 10 years ago. I think it might have been 10 years ago.
yeah, quite a while
And
ago. Hmm.
it's like the studies have been done. Like the proof is out there, and they just refuse to read the studies and do the work themselves to actually educate themselves on the subject. And literally, it's all about money. Like the lobbyists haven't paid the fucking politicians to pass the laws. Plain and simple. Like that's all it is. Like until they get paid, they're not signing shit. It doesn't matter what side it is either. It's fucking both sides. They both fucking want money. They're both just
Hmm.
greedy, and
That's
it,
it.
it has nothing to do with the plant or being a medicine. It's like they need to get their money first. Plain and
Yeah.
simple. Like until lobbyists start paying them, like they're not going to have any of it. They're just going to sit here and drown their feet in and be like, oh yeah, no, we need more research. You need to throw me more money. Like it's
Yeah, it's
I don't know, it's
kind of
ridiculous.
like a
Like
catch 22 because they say their argument always like, oh well, why don't you show us the white paper? Or why don't you show us the research paper on how cannabis is a good thing? And it's like, but you guys have it to where it's federally illegal to a point where medical can't even really get in there and do what they need to do to publish this stuff. You know what I mean? Like they got to do it on a side plant like hemp or whatever. Like so they're creating the situation for them to counter argument us. You know what I mean? They're creating their own counter argument. I would have to say, which is not doesn't make sense. Like, how could you stop us from doing something, from proving it, from being able to prove it, and then be like, so can you prove it? You can't, can you? But no, because you. I don't know. It's just a catch 22, and it's just a war on drugs, or I think should be rebranded. You know what I mean? To not include cannabis. You know what I mean? And speaking of dank, we got Dr. Dank Nugs in the house. What is going on? Keep
What's up,
going.
buddy?
Hey.
Still getting stuff hooked up. I got a bunch of stuff unhooked because I got these clones going under my desk lamp. That's why my lighting sucks. It's a little
Oh
dark.
yeah.
We're gonna make this work. Hold on.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Appreciate you being up here.
How you guys doing?
Oh, doing pretty good. I was just talking about part of a video that I'd seen on I Can Matt's show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, talking the one I just kind of locked on like two words that a politician said, and he said he was one of the opposes cannabis, and he was like, because it's on Schedule 1, he opposes it, but if it got down to a Schedule 3, then the medical fields could take over and control it. You know what I mean? And blah blah blah. And I kind of locked onto that part. Like, wait a minute, I don't want them to control and take over. Like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you can
Right.
assist us and you can do your research and but if we're not all on the same team, it just doesn't make sense. Because like Chaotic
Right.
Rage said, the research is already out there in other countries. There's other countries out there that have fully legalized cannabis and partly legalized it, that do have the rights to do like the university type of programs that are out there for research and development.
Right, right. And that was my whole thing. What I was scared about. Like everybody says, this is a leap in the right direction. Well, it could be, or it couldn't be. Like we've seen what happened with when big pharma gets involved in shit in the past. It's a shit show, and we usually don't benefit from it.
Right.
Somebody does, but it ain't us. So it just depends on which direction it goes, who gets their hands on it, the legislation. Like we're still seeing shit like Ohio, where we passed, issue 2, everything was good, and then this year they for some reason want to pass Senate Bill 56, which takes us back and basically recriminalizes weed to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like nobody voted for that. Did you vote for that? I didn't vote
Not
for
at
that.
all. Not at
I
all.
mean, you know what I mean? Like we didn't have a
Yeah.
say in that. We got the vote on issue 2. Everybody wanted it legalized, but
It's
the
more.
politicians went back on
Yeah.
what we wanted, and it's not right.
No, it's more punishable by law now that it's legalized than it was when it was illegal. Like if I got caught in my buddy's car with a bag of pot, I got a ticket, right?
Mhm.
And paid fines, court costs, whatever. You do it
You
too
know,
many
like
times,
under an
then
ounce of weed. We'll say
yeah,
under an ounce of weed. You're
like
you're
under an
usually
ounce.
pretty
Yeah, just
cool, right?
a smoke sack. Now, if you get caught with
Mhm.
that smoke sack, you could be faced with fucking fine. Like say you're driving with a quarter ounce in your pocket.
Mhm.
You can like get caught doing that too many times, and you can go to fucking jail for it. Like 3 to 5 days in jail, and it's like just for having it, like because I don't have it in my trunk, I got it in my pocket. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is
you got to have it in
crazy.
your trunk. It has to be in the original packaging, and it cannot be from a dispensary outside of Ohio. You can't.
Yeah,
All you people in Ohio that go up to Michigan once a month or whatever, that live up near the border and go, it's you get caught bringing it back, you're in big trouble. Like they're gonna
trafficking. Yeah,
confiscate it. You're gonna get fined. I doubt it's gonna be jail time. I hope not.
right.
What's going on, man?
Rock Solo in the house. What is going on? How are you?
Cheers.
What up?
So, Dr. Dank and Rock.
Here,
Yep.
this is why you guys can't see me. Because I got my desk lamp. Since it's a nice LED and it's got soft and cool light, and these things are looking beautiful. They're looking happy.
Heck yeah.
I just
Look
got
at
these
that.
yesterday from my buddy, some clones. So yeah,
Those are awesome.
hit them with some optic foliar. Got to get them with the Lost Coast plant therapy.
That's what I just hit my plants with was a Lost Coast plant therapy. I hit them about
Well,
3 hours before the lights come on.
I usually don't take clones. I usually have a rule against it, but my buddy Joe was so excited about giving me these, and a couple of them are some expensive cuts. They're like $500 cuts, like the Detroit Muscle. Like that's not just something you come across very often. And then gave me a special cut of wedding cake, which is amazing. It's a breeder's cut of Blue Dream from the original breeder. I can't remember who that is offhand. And then I also have a Halle Berry. So yeah, some good shit. I got them quarantined away from my other plants.
Right.
Like I said, I hit them with the Lost Coast. Give them a little chance to, like, I went over them with a jeweler's loop. Didn't see any damage from bugs. Didn't see any bugs on there. It doesn't mean that there's not. So you still got to be cautious. Before I introduce them into my new tent, which I got a 4x8 yesterday. I'm
Oh,
not
that's
sure where I'm
cool.
going to live in my bedroom here, but hey, I got plenty of room to grow plants now.
That's it, man. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Sleep inside a
So,
tent.
hey, my
Lucky.
buddy brought it brand new. He brought it from Canton. My buddy I went up there to see when I visited you, Taz.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he said, I got a brand new 4x8. We bought 3 of them, only have room for 2. He said, I've had it for like a year, dude. It's just sitting there. So he brought it all down. We went to the aquarium, went to the zoo. He stopped at Wright Pat Air Force Base and went to the airplane museum. So yeah, took a little trip down here. So we had a good day. We went to the aquarium first, and then went to the zoo and had a blast. As like you said, some of you were on there and saw me. I just went live just out of the blue, just to have some fun. I came to me, dude. Like Edible adventures with Dr. Dank. Like, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to
Yeah.
go on an edible adventure?
Nice.
Like, I always do.
Yeah,
That's
We
like
were pretty
one
messed up
edible
today. It
fish.
was a good time. Yeah.
edible adventures with
I'll
Dr.
tell you,
Dang.
when that gorilla come up, dude, guys, I'm telling you, it's a big silverback. And
Listen,
like this lady's like, here he comes, he's coming through. And he was like this gate, and they had just fed him. I guess they put food up on the logs and shit, and then they opened the gate from the outdoors to the indoors. And I'm standing there and I'm looking with my camera. I'm like, I don't see shit. And then all of a sudden this sumbitch comes out and he went boom right on the window, right at me, dude. And I jumped and like he said, there was a baby crying. I went back and watched the replay. I didn't even know the baby was crying because I
Yeah,
was
there
so
was-
freaked out at the time. Like, because he did come out, he's like, "Fuck you, mother." It was like,
I'm sitting
damn,
there
bro.
watching. I'm like, oh, on my computer. Like, oh, what the heck is going on?
I did too. I was like,
Oh,
I
Bill
can't believe I caught
Silverback.
that. I just jump scared everybody watching this.
That was good. It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool though. All the animals were very active. It wasn't like you had to hunt for the animals and look for them and shit. Like, it was a beautiful day at the zoo. 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, couldn't ask for a better day. I ain't been since I was a kid, so I was all excited. I got so many videos and pictures.
Did you have to
What
exit
zoo was
out through
it?
the souvenir shop?
No, at the aquarium we did. I even said, like, that's a great tactic. Like, make
Yeah.
people go out through the gift shop, because my
That's
buddy
good.
ended up buying some
Yeah.
shit, and I'm looking at this mug like, I could use this coffee mug,
Yeah,
but
right.
I'm not going to get it. I don't need a $10 little coffee mug. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's how Akron Zoo is. It's like, yeah, put them right through the souvenirs. Spend some money before you leave. There's the only
Yeah.
exit out of there is that one spot.
Well, I paid $6 for a 12-ounce can of water when I first got there. $6
Yeah.
for a little can of water like this. And the only reason I got that's because it was the only one that had a lid. A can of Pepsi or Mountain Dew like this was $5.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, that shit's crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here with that
50
bullshit.
cent back in my day.
Back in my day, you put a quarter in a machine, you got a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our local zoo is really expensive, but it's also free. So I think that's why they obviously jack everything up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I like, since it's free, like, but they always have like donation box everywhere. So, you know, I always throw some money in there before I dip out, because it actually is a really nice zoo for being free. I mean, like, you can go, like, and you're allowed to bring in all the food and drinks you want. So, you know, you don't even have to use their concessions if you don't want to.
Oh,
But,
that's cool.
Right.
yeah, and they got all these like picnic areas, you know. So, but yeah, it's yeah, we don't have gorillas though. That's crazy. Like, we have like orangutans and some chimpanzees, but no gorillas. That'd be
Chaotic,
fucking
where are
dope
you
to see
at?
gorillas. What's up?
Where are you at? Where, what part of town you, or what area are you located in?
Oh, I'm in Michigan.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. So then you've heard of Detroit Muscle, then, I'm sure. The
Yeah,
strain
I've
Detroit
heard of it.
Muscle? Yeah. I finally got a cut of that. My buddy's been trying to get me that shit for like 2 years now. He's had a mother plant. I smoked it.
Yeah,
It's something else.
Yeah, and I know about that border shit because, you know, you can look across. I mean, I live right on the river, Menominee River, so I can throw a rock into Wisconsin literally from my house.
I wanted to go up there and go walleye fishing at the Mommy so bad. I went up there years ago and on a boat and had a blast.
Yeah, I'm originally from Wisconsin, but
Okay.
you know, like I don't know, it's a little bit more lax here. Like, Wisconsin literally has no legalization. I mean, they have nothing. I mean, you can still get like THCA there, but literally they have no medical. I mean, you don't. I mean, people have access to nothing there besides mail order crap. So
That's
Right.
and it's actually like, it's super stupid. I mean, it's like they're surrounded by legal states, and I mean just the tax money that the state's losing, it's millions of dollars. I mean, and it's just insane, like that state
Oh,
just
yeah.
continues to sit over there. And I mean, like, I've lived there practically my whole life, you know, until the last couple of years I moved out, because just like, I don't know, it was like, obviously I was doing this there and just more legal in Michigan.
Right.
But yeah, so it's it's a huge problem there. I mean, it all comes back to, and that's another thing. It all comes back to alcohol in that state. Like, it's the taverns leagues who have been anti-cannabis because guess what? They've done the research. They've seen the studies that alcohol use goes down 10 to 15% in every state that legalizes
Oh yeah.
cannabis. So
Mhm.
they see that and they're just like, they're gonna they see it as a threat, like
Right.
and from my personal usage, I know like the second you intertwine cannabis with alcohol use, like your alcohol consumption is gonna go way down because
Yeah.
you can literally drink 2 or 3 beers and then you hit that joint and you're like, do I really need like another 6 pack? Like you're not, you're good. Like
Well,
Right.
and that's
so,
just it. And what do you think bar owners are going to say once they start opening cannabis bars? I heard that they're trying uh to open up, and I know they've got some coffee houses in California. So that's also going to hurt alcohol. It's going to
Yeah.
hurt bars, and they're not going to like that because I'd much rather go to a cannabis bar and hang out and smoke with my friends than go get drunk and probably get in a fight and end up in jail that night. And
Right. Yeah.
so, I
Yeah.
mean, it makes a hell of a lot more sense to me, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, and
Oh,
and like the Tavern League there, like they're one of the biggest lobbyists in the state there. So I mean, like they have a lot of pull. So they don't want something happening. They can very easily not make it happen. It's a lot harder to get something to happen, but to prevent something from happening, it's very easy for them. Like so, I mean, it's been stomped out 20 years there. It's a lot like when I was a kid, we marched on the Capitol. I mean, I was from the capital city there. I mean, in Madison. So I mean, like we'd march down the capital city, like every year at Harvest Fest, and it was. I mean, Madison was super liberal. So I mean, like you could. I mean, we would, smoke weed, walking, parading. I mean, people were openly trading cannabis, like right in the, ounces, right in the streets. Like,
damn.
the cops were like right there the whole time, watching, but they never intervened. Unless it was like some sort of like violence that or just, some sort of like, unless it was like some other law being broken besides, cannabis, like
Right,
they
right.
didn't
It's
interfere.
like
So it was nice.
Cincinnati,
So
Ohio. The city cops, they don't mess with you unless you're doing something really friggin' stupid. Like, dude, you could drive around a car with 5-year expired plates, and they're gonna drive right behind you, and they got better shit to do than mess with stupid little shit. Like, unless you do something to piss them off and you get them to pull you over, they're gonna hit you with everything they can find. But otherwise,
Right.
like, yeah, I get that. I get that.
yeah, and they've honestly done like they have got a lot of things done there, like just put on like local scales, like I know like Dane County, the capital city county, like there it's actually they're like the possession it's I don't know how to say it, but it's decriminalized basically. Like you technically can issue you the $1 citation for possession, but all like it's not worth their time to issue the $1 citation because just of court fees and all this other crap. So I mean it's been decriminalized basically. Like they don't if as long as you have under an ounce like in there they
Right.
don't mess with you. But other than that, like I mean that's just the capital, the capital county, city county, and like outside of Madison or outside the Madison area, it's all like not liberal.
Just the
So
opposite.
and there's huge, yeah. I mean, like there's huge tug and pull in there in that state, and it's ugly because it really runs deep because it really is, it really is a purple state. Like I grew up there, and like it's not like like and it's not really like like these like we have these giant cities, like there are like you can there will be people that live next to in Madison that that they'll have somebody's sign right next to somebody else's sign, next door neighbors, like but so it's really intertwined. Like you don't. It's not like everybody in the city votes one way and everybody outside of the city votes the other way. Like it's actually very intermingled. Like even outside the cities, you can see liberal signs out in people's yards. It's I mean, and actually, I like it that way, but it is a lot more because like these people are forcing you to confront your neighbors. I mean, like these people are your neighbors.
Mhm.
Everybody, like
Right.
and everybody should be talking about the issues. You shouldn't be shying away from the issues, but yeah, they have a lot of work to do there, and I don't see it getting solved anytime soon. Sadly,
Yeah.
especially for the many of patients that are there, like that people like me used to care for. Like it's just
Well, that's
I
just
know
it.
lots of them have left. Like I mean, because like even being when I was down, last time I was from the Madison area, like I chose to go north because of the taxes. Like Illinois, like the taxes is like they can be up to almost 50% on stuff. Like in
Holy
Michigan,
shit.
it's literally like a flat state tax, like up to like 8%. And
That's
now
how we
they
are. We're
added
6.5.
a new tax to it, which is but which I thought was going to be like I didn't figure it out until the first time I went like to a dispo. I was like, so what is this new tax going to be? And he's like, it's literally just a tax on top of the 8% tax already. So like,
Jesus.
because they were talking about a 25% tax, but it's only a 25% tax on top of whatever. So if you spend $100, they can tax you $8, and then they can tax you 25% on that $8.
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like an extra $2 more, than a normal like. So everybody kind of like freaked out because they saw it's 25%, and then when you actually go there, you're like, it's like nothing. But the
Oh,
tax alone was like it was bullshit because it was for like industrials, like the logging and mining industries, and that's exactly where they threw the cannabis industry to. Like loggers and miners pay those extra fees because they have like 30-ton trucks rolling down the streets and destroying them constantly.
Right.
Like cannabis farms have a fucking U-Haul with like 40 pounds of weed in it. Like, what is that doing to the streets? So, but I guess, and the other stupid thing is like, so if it's all in house, well, like all the dispensaries up there have like a brand name, like their own in-house brand name. So if you use their in-house brand name, that tax doesn't exist because it's in-house, so they obviously didn't have to like transport it long distances across the roads and destroy the roads with it, like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
it's a retarded tax, like, but it was just another way to like get more money out of the system, like.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just like that's what I hate about like when you get the government into it, it's just like just about money. Like things have to be
Oh, they mess
regulated. Don't
everything
get me
up.
wrong, but like when it comes down to like the government, like I mean there are other people that can regulate industries besides the government.
Look,
So
every time the government gets involved in something, face it, we all know
They
this. We've
mess it
seen
up.
it. We're old enough. They screw it up, don't they, Rock? Every damn time. Don't matter what it is. Government gets involved, it gets screwed up. So that's what I
It gets
said.
screwed up
With the
really
Schedule
fast.
3, it depends on how the government, like, even if we don't have full legalization, we need to have medical in every state, all 50 states. Like
Yeah.
that should not be denied to anybody. That's medical access. That is everybody's God-given right to have. So if this would have been introduced a long time ago, I swear I would have never got hooked on hard drugs. I would have had a need. I wouldn't have had a needed to because I would have had weed. I would have been okay smoking it, not getting in trouble. Like I would have. I've said that years ago. I'd be happy if I could smoke weed the rest of my life and just not get in trouble for it. And
Right.
here we are, all these years later. What I just said that when I was about 18 years old, 19. I'm 44 now. So yeah, they finally get it, thank
All
God,
right.
but it took long enough. And how many people could have been saved, like my fate, getting hooked on pain pills and then getting hooked on heroin as a result from that? Like so many people could have been saved that misery. And it pisses me off that they weren't, all because of the money thing. It was all money thing. It's like prohibition. We all know it's not going to work. They tried it with alcohol. I mean, people are going to find a way to do it. They're going to make it in their bathtub. We're going to grow it in our closets. Like, you're not
Yep.
going to stop us. If we want to do something, we're going to do it. It doesn't make any sense because it's growing a plant. Like, it doesn't hurt anybody. And they make it out to be such an evil thing. It blows my mind. Just really does.
You imagine, like you said, all the lives that would be saved because they wouldn't need to go to that next level because the plant would fucking ease their mind, whatever's ailing them, whether it be psychological, physical, it would have helped them.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah. So I would have never went to prison if cannabis was legal because I was selling drugs on the street. I was selling weed. I never really I sold pills sometimes or shrooms sometimes when it came through. But I never like sold any hard drugs or anything. It was always I just sold cannabis, sold pounds of it a day. And that's the reason why I went to prison is because I was on the streets in a hostile environment. I felt like I needed a gun. When I got the gun, I did the dumb stuff. I did dumb stuff because I was drinking alcohol.
So there's another reason, and
my impairment.
But yet that was legal, right?
yeah, the alcohol was legal. If I wouldn't have been drunk, I probably would have thought about the situation a little bit more. Like, wait a minute, I don't want to kill somebody here. Yeah, it's just a whole ordeal. And if I would have been in the cannabis industry. I would have been in there growing. I would have been there. I would have been in a dispensary. I would have been in a legal area. I wouldn't have been criminal. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I wouldn't have went to prison. If it wasn't
one more quarter. I have only a few friends left. Like I used to have a whole crew of about 20 people I ran with, and there's only about 2 of us left. They are all dead. They either were shot, they overdosed, car wreck, because they were fucked up, like, stupid shit, like they should be here. And like, I don't know how I made it, but I did. And that's why I'm trying to do something with my life now. And, do this podcast thing and teach others to grow and learn to grow. And, it's healed me. So I'm sure it can heal a lot of other people out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never went to rehab. I've been on hard drugs
many times.
I've been on hard drugs quite a few times. And I even lived right next door to my dealer. And one day I was like, I'm done. And I would still go over to his porch and then we would smoke a blunt together. But he wouldn't offer me the other hard stuff or anything like that. And I wouldn't ask for it. I'd be like, I'm done. I'll tell him, you know what I mean? It's over with. Or, you know what I mean?
And that's it, man.
I would just stick with the cannabis. And it would make it a lot easier. I wasn't just alone, or I was still able to like numb my body, or you know what I mean, like have the pain go away from my back or my neck or my brain, I would say. But
I was forced to go to rehab many times, dude. It never worked. It finally took. It's like I tell everybody, look, you can't force somebody to go to rehab. You can't force somebody to get clean. They can only do it when they're ready to do it. Like I did it for about 15 years, put myself through that hell. And then one day I woke up and said, I don't want to do this anymore. And I put myself in a better situation and stopped it. Like, was it easy? No. Did I put myself through the absolute worst hell of it? Like, I didn't go to rehab. I sat myself up in a room and detoxed and so the next time I do have that slight thought, which I haven't had in years, thank God, of doing that shit, I'll think about that hell that I went through. I didn't do it with Suboxone. I didn't do it with another drug. I just went cold turkey, went off the shit. And then, once I did get clean, I got my medical card and it eased it a little bit more because it took months, man. I was messed up for, I'd say 6 months before I started feeling the way I used to feel. And that was the thing, because it'd been so long, I didn't know how I was supposed to feel. I didn't remember who I was. I had to go refine myself and shit again, dude. And weed helped me do that. Growing it helped me get out into the garden and, take myself out of the world and let me contemplate, think, meditate, and, give me some purpose and shit. And then the smoking it was like a medicine. So, I mean, both aspects, like one was for the body and one was for like the spirit and, the mind. So it all goes hand in hand when you sit down and look at it. Like this plant was put here for us for a good reason. I mean, there's no denying it. I don't talk to anybody who, isn't misinformed, with that propaganda bullshit that this plant's bad. Like I still hear people every once in a while say something and I'll just laugh. I'll be like, really? And you can try to reason with them. I try to. I give a shot. And if they don't take it, it's like, screw it. Dude,
I move on. Yeah.
I move on, and hopefully but I try to educate them. Like, I mean, how if somebody doesn't, then how are they gonna figure it out for themselves? So that's
Yep.
what we try to do here. We try to get that information out, and yeah, guys, make sure you share stuff out and make sure that people know this stuff, because they're still stuck in the '60s, man, with reefer madness and shit. I
Right.
seen
Yeah.
it. I seen it.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
share could show that you care and change somebody's life.
There you go.
Because those are the drug companies that want access to cannabis. You know, those are the ones who created that synthetic heroin for you to fucking kill yourself on and destroy millions of lives. And they literally set up a system for it. And it wasn't just localized. It was across. It was nationwide, and it was doctors. It was the government. They had to start making housing for these fucking people and rehab clinics for these people, and it was all government funded. And then you got the sleaze people who were like in on that end of all that shit, like, you know, like only helping the people who had previous insurance, you know. So if you got hooked on this shit and you didn't have any insurance, you're fucked. Like, you might as well call yourself dead. Like
Yeah.
that's where. And now they want access to our cannabis. Like, imagine what the fuck they're gonna do to it. Like,
Right.
That's what I
right.
said. I'm scared.
these companies shouldn't even exist anymore, and they literally paid billions of dollars. Like, people are like, oh, they had to pay $50 billion in fines. I'm just like, $50 billion wasn't even a quarter of their profits at the height of the fucking, when they had, like, I'm sure Taz, you know, I don't know where you're from, Dave, but like I've seen documentaries where there's a fucking town in Ohio that has population 2,000 people. They were prescribing 200,000 pills a month. Like, it was,
My goodness.
like, plain and simply, like, shit was like not like, I mean, it was a pandemic, like, plain and simple, and like they chose to ignore it until like millions of people were like literally having their lives destroyed, you know. Like, everybody knew somebody who died from that shit. Literally everybody.
Oh yeah.
Personally
Most
knew
likely
somebody
everybody
who
here
died from
knows
that. Like,
somebody, right?
and
I know a couple.
and these I thought that would eliminate these companies still exist. Like, they paid little fines, and
They profit off of those
they
deaths.
still here. Like, they're still here making drugs.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's just it. Like, I took now I don't suggest anybody do it, but I took myself off of 7 different medications by smoking weed, by learning which each type of weed does to me, through, like, you know, basically experimentation and research. I found that I could pretty much take care of every medical problem that I was having, and then found out that I may not even have had a couple medical problems that they said I was having and had me medication on. Like, you know, it's like, you know, maybe I was just a little bit depressed during that time. Maybe I wasn't bipolar, like, because, you know, I'm pretty happy now, man. It takes a lot to get me in a bad mood. Sometimes I'm there, yeah, but that's everyday life. Everybody's in a bad mood sometimes. Life isn't always peaches and cream, you know.
You got the ebb and flow of life.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, sleeping medications, I don't need that anymore, man. If I can't sleep, I get up and fucking take a couple rips off of dabs from the bong. Boom, I'm out like a light, bro. And you hit some indica, yeah, I'm cool. You know, if I'm yeah, I got some shit to do, I can hit a 100% sativa and be zippity zam. I'm gone, and I can get my shit done, not be dragging ass, and still be high. So, you know, like I said, I don't suggest anybody take themselves off medications, but I do know a couple people that have, since I have and saw what I went through, and I've seen improvements in all those people. Like, some of them still need some of those medications. Yeah, not all of them though. And that's just it. They're making money off of us. The doctors.
Yeah, I mean, like, those drugs definitely have a place, but
yeah, right. Some drugs
like,
definitely, obviously.
I literally, like, sprained my back, and they prescribed me fucking 5 milligrams Oxycontin. Like, this was like at the height of the pandemic. Like, I was used to fucking taking Vicodins, you know. I was a construction worker. Like, that's what they gave me. I take the Vicodin, I go home and I drink a 6-pack, and I'd be fine. I took this fucking Oxycontin. I thought I was gonna fucking die. I literally thought I was gonna die, and I was just like, that's when it all hit me. I was just like, this is literally legalized heroin, and they're like, and that's like
poison.
And then they create the system to, like, get you off of it with all the methadone clinics that popped up, and I was like, you have to be shitting me, man.
You're trading one drug for another.
Now they're selling another drug to get you off of the drug they already fucking got you on.
Exactly.
Like,
it's just it. It's a
roller coaster ride, but you're never going to get healed.
you're never going to get off, right?
Yeah.
You're never
You're
going
gonna
to get off
end
the
up
roller coaster.
under. You're gonna end up 6 feet under before you're ever
You're
healed.
gonna fall out of that roller coaster eventually. So it's ridiculous, and they just keep that cycle going. And you can see it if you look hard enough. You see this shit like we do, but they've got enough people fooled. They pull the wool over their eyes, and those people, I like to call them sheeple, which I think being cannabis users, we use our minds more. We have more open minds. This allows us to do that. We think for
You
ourselves. I
think for
see it so
yourself.
much in this community. Like
Yeah.
people question shit. Like now you go out in the real world, people don't question anything. They're just, oh, okay. They just go along, drone along, and
Yeah.
it's
I said
sad, man. It's sad and frustrating at the same time.
Right. I said at the beginning of the show, alcohol makes you shut down your brain and shut down your feelings to where you just do whatever. Cannabis will make you think.
You
And
expand.
the reason why people are so paranoid when they smoke weed is because it makes you think about what you just did, or what you just said, or
They
where you're going to
like
go,
that,
or
do
what is
they?
your life about. You start thinking and analyzing, and you know what I mean? So then people are like, oh, did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? Am I sitting correctly? You know what I mean? If you just calm down and let yourself just talk to yourself, you know what I mean? If you become friends with yourself and understand who you are as a person, then you can go forth with life a lot easier and be medicated. This isn't medical advice. I would always do your own research, but this is what has
I'm not a
helped
real
me in
doctor.
my life
Yeah.
with my
I
depression.
just play one on TV.
Yeah, right. So that's
Mm.
my take on it. Is I wanted to kiss the front end of a semi doing about 110 in a truck. That was where I was at about 5-10 years ago. I mean, I was not in the right good mindset. I was depressed all the time. I wasn't making anything of myself. I had neck injury. I had migraine headaches all the time. I was, you know what I mean? So it was real downhill, you know what I mean? So for a long time, I warred with myself, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't want to do this, but this is what my brain's telling me, you know what I mean? But once I was able to kind of,
because you were sick, your brain was sick.
yep, and I
And
was on and off of
this drug
alcohol,
heals
and
it.
I was on and off of, you know what I mean,
Right.
different hard drugs and stuff like that. So, but once I cleaned myself of all of that completely, and I went and I sat in a place by myself because I had no friends at that point. I ran everybody away. You know what I mean? Luckily, I
do
didn't
that.
run my wife away and my kids. They're still
You're
here.
lucky. I know a lot of people that did.
Yeah, I got lucky, but I definitely I tell my wife every day I'm lucky to have her for sure. She's the one that kept me out of everything, and she's the one that advocates for me to smoke cannabis. She doesn't smoke it at all.
Smart woman.
She can't. She is too paranoid. But she advocates for me to smoke it. You know what I mean? She was like, all right, we're getting ready to leave, babe. Did you smoke yet before we get? All right, well, we got 15
That's
minutes. You know what I mean? You
awesome.
might want to go down and smoke before we leave. You know what I mean? So
Cool.
she just understands that medical aspect of it. And she sees it in my life. You know what I mean?
Right.
With edible or with eating or anything like that. Like I'll go days without eating. No appetite. I'm not hungry. I smoke a joint though, and I'm smashing everything. I'm like, I want a whole gourmet.
Especially you get some old school shit. Yeah, you get those right cannabinoids, dude. I got the munchies, yesterday? Especially edibles. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I wish the edibles worked on me, but they don't. I wish they
Man,
did.
you know what, Taz, listen. Now, a year ago, I would have told you that same thing. But in that time, I guess, with all the drugs I did so much damage to my liver that it finally has had time to heal itself. Eating right, taking care of myself, not putting those drugs in my body. And dude, I get higher and shit off of them now. So I swear, a year ago, I ate literally 3,200 milligrams at one time and didn't even feel them. Like, had to smoke a blunt to get high. Now I eat, if I eat 200 milligrams, dude, I'm on a serious trip.
Yeah, so I remember
check
one
it
time,
again, man.
I remember one time I had fried my eggs in can of butter at a real low heat. It was low and slow, and I think I really did get high on it. And I think it's because of the butter and the frying it, or the double carb, because I recarboxylated it. It made it more potent, and the fattiness. I think I have to eat it with fatty. Like I can't eat a cookie because it's sugar and it's like whatever. I think once THC binds to the like fat molecules, it absorbs up into your system more. So I might have to try that.
Especially your liver, yeah.
Hi, friend. What up, Gannon?
Hey, before I get again, you got a program to run a giveaway tag on StreamYard?
Yes. Let's see here. Do the
Fucking
tool.
got this shit.
Whew. Yeah.
Let's see
I just
here.
got some fruity pebbles, man. I don't think I've ever even smoked that before.
Share the
It's
link.
tasty. Tasty.
Oh yeah, it's already in there.
I smoked some strawberry sour
All right, hold
diesel.
on here.
My dude gave me
Wow.
when Joe came down. Oh, some homegrown. Man, this stuff got me so stoned last night. It tasted so good. Oh,
That sounds
so I said, I'm gonna
interesting.
need a cut of that. I'm gonna need a
You said it was
cut.
sour
He gets all
diesel?
these special cuts.
Did the
It's a
strawberry come
strawberry
through
sour
with that
It
hard?
did. It did, but just a hint of it. It was more
Just
diesel
enough,
than it
eh?
was. Yeah, just enough to give it that sweetness along with the
Holy
diesel.
fuck!
It
Wow.
was pretty nice. So hopefully he's gonna have a cut of that soon. Because dude, like I said, he gets these $500 cuts. Him and his friends will go in on it together, and
Yeah.
then one of them will mother one out, and then they'll share the clones and shit. So every once in a while he'll mother one out, and he'll offer me clones. I'm always like, dude, I don't take clones. I don't take clones. And I was like, finally, I got some more room. Go ahead.
I'll take a call.
Get me into it. Shit. Just be careful when taking clones. That's all.
Yeah.
Even for people you really trust, you got to be very quick. You got to be very, very careful with that shit. Make sure you quarantine and spray.
All
I like
right.
Taz's idea that dipping before you ship a clone, dip it in Lost Coast plant therapy, and then when you get it, like even send a little thing with the clone, like a little container full, just enough to run it and dip the plants when it gets to the
Yeah.
destination.
Yeah.
That's how
some
Genetics
large
101
fuckers,
sent me
man.
clones.
Yeah.
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 All right, so we're getting ready to do a giveaway. So what happened was 3 episodes ago, somebody won a giveaway. I got a hold of them, which I'm not going to do that anymore. You have to get a hold of me or Chaotic Rage. Also, you have to be here at the time of the drawing when we run the drawing. You have to be here at that time.
Sorry.
Which will probably be in about 45 minutes or so. So that person didn't come through. They didn't claim their prize. So we're just going to rerun it again. We were supposed to do it last week and we forgot. Me and Chaotic Rage forgot.
I basically forgot.
So if you want to put in Chaotic Genetics, Chaotic, what are they going to win?
I got 4 packs here. One is the Butternut OG. That's a regular pack. That's a strawberry cross with banana buttercups. That I actually did that cross, and then I sent that cross out to a buddy, and he crossed it with a Dreadnought OG, and he actually sent it back to me, and then I hunted through those, and this version is the F3. So the original versions he sent to me were F1s, and then I made F2s, and then actually lost my entire stock, but basically my entire stock because I mixed them. So, but that's the F3. So I had to make it. I made an F3 of it because I actually lost my whole stock of it. And then we got Invictus. That's the blockchain crossed with the Atesh. Those are Fems. And we have the blockchain. This is the S1 of the blockchain, though. So this was very, very pineapple punchy. It just smells like straight. It smells just like straight pineapple. Like that's why I S1'd her, because it was like so different than all the other ones. And then then I have the Tesh, which is a Freak Show crossed with Alien Rift, and a buddy of mine actually did that cross. And he sent me a bunch of seeds to test out, and I ran through them, and actually liked it so much I made a feminized of it. So I literally just kept the best 2 females I had and reversed one of them and hit the other one. So
Chaotic. Mr. Ganix wants to know if this is for just U.S.
No, if you have a mailbox, I'm sorry. No, it's if you have a mailbox, you can win this. You can get in on this.
Shit, well, I'm entering then. Damn.
have a
You
mailbox.
got a
I'll
mailbox?
probably give it
Shoot in.
away though.
This is anybody and everybody in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure
Doesn't
it
matter
out.
I'll
if
give
you're
them.
in
If I win, I'll give them to
England, South
somebody.
Africa, Canada. There are certain places that I can't send to. Like, I can get anybody seeds anywhere, but they will. Some places they won't be in the pack. Like, I had issues getting seeds into Thailand. They are
Yeah.
super strict. They don't want anything to do with seeds. Same thing with Indonesia, basically. Anywhere in Indonesia, Malaysia, they got really strict. So I actually had to like sew seeds into like, like cut a little slit on the hem of shirts and just put the seeds in there and then stitch it back up and mail
Yeah.
T-shirts to them and then just
Smart.
told them what seeds were
Where
in
to
which
find it.
shirt. Like, but but yeah,
Daga's
if you got a
looking good that
mailbox,
I'm
you can get
growing.
in on this.
That Daga looks amazing, man. I'm telling you what. It is outperforming everything else by like almost double. Like I got to do some training tonight, as a matter of fact. After I get off here,
Yeah,
I got water. I'm always up to like midnight watering and training and shit.
Doing something, yeah.
Been busy as hell. I should have watered last night. I'm afraid to even open my tent tonight, but it is what it is. Life happens.
Yep.
Yeah, that thing is very sativa. It's very vigorous, man. Like those,
Yes.
that Daga is a F1, so those are all gonna be very vigorous seeds. They're gonna be looking to
The
show you what
leaves
they want to
are
do, but
straight sativa. Straight.
But yeah, oh yeah, it's all gonna be because I mean that Durban that I had it with, like it was like they're straight sativas, especially the Durban I had was like it was like wicked, like I mean like no leaves on there that like I mean the widest point would be like as wide as your pinky, and then the sativa scream was like the same way, like she had a little slightly fatter leaves, but I mean the only thing I nice about her is she didn't stretch a lot like as much as the Durbans do, but they got legs. They definitely do, and they go forever, man. Like
yeah. Well, I've got room now, so I'm not worried. Keep the training up on it.
Yeah, if you like the sativas though, that is a sativa.
Oh, yeah, I love a good sativa. I find as long as I don't smoke too much.
Shit, man.
I smoke too much, I might get a little bit of anxiety, but it's you find a fair balance. Like I like the hybrids. I like indica. I used to just mix the two. Now you got hybrids. So what's up, pigeons? Good to see you, man.
420. How are you doing?
Guys, go check out Tea with P. Always.
Cheers.
Find out the nudes.
It's we got a worldwide giveaway going on. Oh, let me see. There we go. If you want to enter Chaotic Genetics in the chat, we got 4 packs of beans coming out. And then but yeah, the my outside grow is gonna go pretty good. I got some outside skunk seeds that was accidentally pollinated. I popped those. I popped some more what was it, Georgia Hope? I popped some more of those. I've got some skunk number 1. I got some original haze from like the 90s. From
I thought you said you weren't growing the Georgia Hope again.
I
knew that was gonna be true. That tasted too good for me. Like you had to grow that.
It was really good.
Is the skunk one? Is that a Todd McCormick skunk one?
Yeah, the skunk one. It's probably going to be sweet. I don't foresee me.
No, it smells like burnt rubber. Honestly, like I've grown like almost 100 little plants, and it's all fire, like burnt rubber, tirey, like it's that terp. Like I didn't find really any sweetness with almost any of them. Like some of them, like they might have, some of them like cured into like a sweeter terpier, but like when you like when they're growing, like none of them were sweet smelling at all. Like
so the one I nicknamed it Pepe Le Pew.
Nice.
Yeah, it was just real fruity. Like it was
sweet.
Really?
It was
but a little bit sweet, right?
Yeah, it was
a little bit sweet but skunky. Pepe Le Pew.
It's
a little weird though. I mean, kind of
the Northern Lights number 5 that I had was phenomenal. like tasted like a Christmas tree almost. It was so piney, and
I
I
smoked some of
don't know
that
why
when
I
I was up
liked it.
there, didn't I?
Huh?
We smoked some
Yeah.
of that when I was up there. That was
Yep.
delicious, very delicious. I was
Really
super
good.
stoned after smoking that. We hit the one for what we hit
That's
the
somewhere.
Georgia Hope first, and then we smoked some of my blue nectar, and then by the time we got to the third one, dude, we were just like boom.
Stop.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I used to smoke 3 joints with a buddy of mine, like on a regular basis, but man, when it's good homegrown, like you just know it. Like if it's cured well, if it's dried well, if it's grown well, the difference is just night and day. Like you go get the most expensive, best top shelf stuff from any dispo in the country, and I'll bet you like you go get somebody who not even is just an amazing grower, but a decent
A
grower.
decent
That
grower.
shit's gonna be better than the top shelf shit at the dispo
That's a
because
different-
it's been cured right, it's been grown right. Like they're not, especially like me, I'm not growing for high THC. I'm growing for cannabinoids, stuff that goes with my receptors.
Right.
And that's the only way you're going to be able to do that because in the commercial industry, most everything has got the same terps in it. They breed for high THC. It all tastes the same. It all has the same effects. Hell, some of it doesn't even like runts. I could smoke runts all day long and never get high from it. It just does not do anything to me. I might
Right.
get a little buzz, but it don't get me high. It tastes great. I love the taste of it and everything, but it just doesn't click with me. But if I smoke some like sour diesel, boom, man, I'm lit up. I am lit up, and I know it doesn't have as much THC in it. It's a little bit older of a strain, but it's got more cannabinoids because some of those cannabinoids are now getting bred out of these
Yeah.
wonderful strains.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to get back into the old school stuff. Hopefully, I can get some of these 30-year-old seeds my boss gave me to pop because those
Right.
are like literally land race strains. I mean, they are all legit shit.
Has some
But
hidden
it's
genetics in there. The
right.
the problem with Ohio is, from what I understand, our growers are not allowed to sell directly to the dispo. They have to go through a middleman. Now, what that translates to is the grower sells their stuff to a middleman. The middleman takes your product to a warehouse, and it sits in a warehouse until it can go to a dispensary. That disconnect and the lack of environmental control, it just wrecks the cannabis before it's even able to get on the shelves. And I think that disconnect, I think if we fix that part of it, because if you go up to Michigan, like you said, you have those in-house genetics, and it goes from the same building. It goes from like the back of the building to the front of the building and gets sold. I think that right there is probably the chain of that needs to happen. I don't think it should be really. I mean, I guess you could have some proprietary stuff that's shipped across the country and stuff like that, but I
Well,
really
think
think
of
it
the
should be
price we'd be
localized
paying
cannabis.
if it just went straight from grower to dispo
Right.
without that
Yep.
middleman. Somebody's
The
making money.
middleman is
Every
what's
time
killing it.
somebody, I mean, we all know, like
There's a
most of us have
markup.
been in the game. Every time somebody touches it, somebody makes a little bit of money.
Somebody makes
Yeah, they
money.
So
have to.
like, well,
Yeah.
exactly. So I mean, you cut that middleman out, and you get quality straight from the grower to the dispo. Man, I'd much rather have somebody's homegrown than some commercial grown shit that God knows what was sprayed on
Sprayed
it.
on it,
Who
whatever the
who
fuck,
took
right?
care of it, or yeah.
But then
Or,
you even
or now
have
they're nuking shit with the
yeah,
radiation. Like
with the
I
radiation
can't.
machine.
Listen. I don't care who says what. It's killing some of those terps when they're doing that shit. It's killing
Yeah.
some of those
Cannabinoids,
cannabinoids.
Yeah.
cannabinoids, everything.
Radiation
Yeah.
destroys shit, cells, whether it be in us or plants. It's destroying cells. It's not good.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. Don't get me on a rant with this shit.
Then you
Just
have
learn to grow your own,
yeah.
man. If
You
you
have
want good medicine, know what's in it. Grow
Right.
your own. Learn to grow. Follow some of these podcasts. These guys are great. They give out great knowledge. And yeah.
That's where I get a lot of my knowledge. But I think the
Yeah, me too.
information going the other direction is very valuable too, because you have a customer sitting at looking at a person that works in the same building that the cannabis was grown in. So you could tell them how your ailments, your woes, your needs, or what you like and what you don't like. And then all those bud tenders then go in the back and have a meeting and be like, okay, well, this is what the public is saying at this point in time. This is what we need. So the instant feedback there, you know what I mean? I think that is missed, you know what I mean? Like people
Well, you
don't
could take a
really
census from your customers and find out, you know, what their ailments are, and you can grow several different strains to kind of, you know, custom to different people. And I like that.
Customer base.
And I've heard there were a couple, or at least were a couple of facilities that grew in the back, and then the front was a dispo. So it went straight from the back, dried, and got sold out the front. And that's, like I said, I think that's great. If you could regulate something like that, that is a genius thing, because not only is it fresh, but you are cutting out that middleman. It's going to be cheaper. I don't care how you look at it. It's going to cost you a lot less.
Not less.
Because it's ridiculous here in Ohio. Nobody can afford to get their medicine here in Ohio. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's okay. $120 for 0.85 grams of rosin.
Yeah, they only do
$120, people, for less than a gram.
Yeah,
no, dude. Get out of here with that shit. Yeah,
they do.
It's not even
less
eighths
than a
here.
gram or less than
2.85 for an eighth is what we get here.
Well,
and then the grams are almost a tenth.
The
over
reason
a tenth.
I was told, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they wanted to differentiate themselves away from the illegal market, and they didn't want to sell quarters and eighths and grams. They wanted to sell tenths,
dude,
and eighths of a tenth or something like that.
That's ridiculous.
It just doesn't make no.
See, yeah, Jimmy's got it. 2.84 grams. Like, dude, that's ridiculous. Like, I mean, and for the price that they sell, like for an eighth, you're paying like $60 for top shelf shit. And like I said, maybe, you know, 1 out of 7 times you're gonna get some good shit. Like you're taking that gamble every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not worth it.
It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
This giveaway is worldwide. You got to be here at the time of the drawing, which will probably be at around 8:45 or so.
Go.
And like, did I say it's worldwide? Worldwide, and you got to be here.
Worldwide.
It's for 4 packs of beans from Chaotic. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. So let's see.
Dude.
How many do we have? 14. That's sweet.
You guys want these genetics? I'm telling you, I'm growing some right now. It's fire.
Oh yeah, I got some. Not those genetics, but I got some genetics from him. I got a whole jar here.
I'm hoping it turns out to be female, man. If I get a male, I'm gonna be upset. After all this stuff I put a lot of work into it. Like it's beautiful. It's like makes me think it's almost too beautiful. There's something going on there. But you know what? We're not gonna jump conclusions, man. I'm doing that shit. You don't know, so why trip on it? Like it's just gonna happen when I flip them the flower. They'll show me. Like it'll either be or not. We got plenty. So, you know, I got room for like 8 or so, and I got 11, 12. I got the limit right now, which they're trying to reduce. But right now we're legal. So I just always keep the legal amount or under. And, you know, if you're in a illegal state, then be careful what you do. And even if you're in a legal state, like watch what you put up.
Yeah.
You know, you can grow as many plants as you want, but don't show as many plants as you want. Show what you're allowed to show and keep the rest secret, man. We've always done that in the past. You don't go around telling people, hey, man, look at these awesome cannabis plants I got growing back in my woods. Because you're going to come back the next day and they ain't going to be there. So we know how to keep secrets when we need to. And then there's those plants that we like to show. And, you know, we all know how that works. So just be careful, guys. That's all.
Yeah. I like to grow 3 to 4 plants in a 4x4 tent. I had another 4x4 tent that was my vegetative tent for a while, but now I've switched that over to where they're both of them going to be vegetative and flowering tents. I'm just going to alternate between the two. That way, I start to get a harvest. You know, what I mean, every 2 months or every month or so instead of like every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm not going to start plants until I harvest. Because what I was running into is where I would have plants in a 1 gallon pot that needed to be transplanted. I don't want to put them in too big of a pot because then I'm putting too much added soil into my big bed of soil. It'll start overflowing. I mean, if I start putting too much in it. So I want to watch how much I put in there. But the plant is just too big for the container. So now I'm overwatering it. I'm not I don't know. I overwater them every time. It just causes problems to where now I harvest too soon. You know, I'm forced to harvest sooner than what I want. I should let them go another week, but I don't because I need. So I'm rushing myself. So I just figured out. I'm like, you know what? I just put another big bed of soil in my other tent, and I'm just gonna run when I harvest. I'll plant seeds in there, let them grow up. Plant solo cups in there. That way, I'm not putting a lot of soil in it. Because when I first got my bed of soil, I didn't even think about that, and I was planting 5 gallons in there per plant every time. So my 70 gallons of soil went to 90 gallons to the top real quick after a couple grows. And so I've stopped since then, and it's starting to go down a little bit. So
you know what we need to talk about though? You know what we need to talk about? It's almost that time, buddy. Outdoors.
Oh no,
we need those public service announcements, what to do and what not to do for outdoor growing, because I think I know a couple people, including me, that put plants out early last year.
I put them out too early.
I got lucky.
Don't put them out yet.
Because I had enough sunlight in the spot I was in, but everybody wants it because it's getting warm quick, and after that last frost, you want to get them in the ground, you want to get them outside, get those big plants, but unless they're auto flowers, don't be doing that.
I want to. So here's where I made my mistake. All right. So on the news, they'll tell you like, hey, you can start planting your spring garden. You can start planting outside now. That's about the time that that you can so wherever your time zone is, basically your local news will tell you. When is the best time to start putting your seeds out? But the most important thing there is that it's seeds, because especially if it's cannabis. You can plant seeds in middle of March or
May.
Yeah.
You definitely plant some seeds outside.
Right. But those plants are not sexually mature. They're seedlings. They're not sexually mature
until about a
5-6 weeks later, 4 or 5, 6 weeks later. So at that point in time, the light cycle will be correct and your plants won't re-veg. What you don't want to do is put out clones or big plants too early. You want to make sure and even err on the caution of plant them out a little, a week later than what you think. That way, for sure your plants won't re-veg, because once they re-veg, it's going to take 2 months at least for them to revert back into, because they're going to flip the flower. And within a week or two, they're going to flip right back to veg. You know what I mean? So then you got 2 weeks and 2 months, by the time they start to flower again, to get out of that re-veg cycle. So that's their whole vegetative cycle year gone, basically. And then they'll re-flip back to flower. They won't have no time to veg, at all. That's exactly what happened to me last year.
Right.
So about that time,
it happens easily because we want to get them out. Like, I know I start plants in my closet or tent to be put outside in solo cups.
Yeah.
And as soon as it gets warm, you're like, "Ooh, I can put them outside." But nope. Some plants, if they're not photo period, no problem. It's not going to matter. But you get that re-veg, man. I mean, you can still grow it out. It's fine, but you're not going to get the yield. It's going to be very leafy. It's going to be more of a pain in the ass, and it's going to be worse.
Well, what happened to mine was it was susceptible to diseases. They got white powder and mildew. I was out there I was spraying
stressing out.
I was spraying with Losco.
It's a stress, right?
And it's still and the roly-polies was just attacking it like crazy.
Now, if you want to put out auto flowers, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put out as soon as a week after that last frost. I'm putting auto flowers in the ground. I'm going to start them in solo cups, plant them in the ground, and I'm going to see how long it takes to get a harvest. And, then I can kind of adjust and maybe even get in 2 grows a year outside instead of just 1 grow with photos, because let's face it, auto flowers are advancing, man. I can't tell the difference between most of them smoking those in photo periods. So if I can get more harvest in outdoors, and depending on where you live, you might only have a 4 plant count. So you might need 2 harvests in a year if you're doing things legally
this time.
Yeah, just make sure they're auto flowers like I did. See, and the reason I got away with it, I got lucky, is because I had sunlight from the time the sun came up to the time the sun set. they were in the sunlight, like direct sunlight. I
Yeah.
think that's the only thing that saved me from re-vegging. Now, if I would have had a little bit of shade throughout the day there, re-veg for sure, because I did
Yeah.
it. I did it a couple years ago, and the reason I couldn't believe it because I thought they were autoflowers.
Oh,
I
yeah, that's what she
planted,
said.
but
They thought there was
we
autoflower.
got
Now,
messed
now
up.
next thing you know, it's 7 foot
Yeah.
tall. You're like 2
And
stories
my
high. What
seeds
the heck?
rolled when I was germinating them in the sprout, in the root nerd sprout. I had too many in there, and
Yeah.
I was doing too much. And when I lifted it up, they rolled, and I thought I got them all in the right spot, but I might have freaked out and twisted it, and like I completely mixed it up. So
Yeah.
some of the strains I even had to figure out what they were after they were grown, and I smoked them, and I had the process
Oh,
of
yeah.
elimination. What I planted, I could deduct, like, the sour diesel, the Chem 91. As soon as I smoked it, I knew that was Chem 91. The diesel was prominent as hell in it. It's like, yeah, this is Chem 91 right here for sure. So some were harder to do than others, like the Slurricane and the Government Oasis. They were very similar tasting. So I'm still not sure which is which, to be honest with you, on that one. But like the grape juice cocktail, dude, I've grown that before. Like I smelled it. It smells just like grape Flintstone vitamins. So
Oh
I
shit.
could smell that when it was growing and be like, this is the grape juice cocktail for sure. So yeah, it's funny. Like I know I could still smell a good sour diesel, and it takes me back to the 90s.
Yeah.
It takes me back to a good time I had or something, concert. It's that, that
I
sensory memory thing we get when we smell a certain thing.
I could tell the difference between my no joke, my banana butter pie, and my all I can think of is chaotic genetics now. I got Georgia
Georgia
Hope.
Hope.
The Georgia
Yeah.
Hope. So I could just by the smell, not even really the bud structure. I mean, obviously they're all three different, but yeah, the smell alone is very distinct on all of them, and even the taste. And so I seen something on Instagram that it's not just the terpenes that smell. You have volatile sulfur compounds in cannabis
DSC,
that
yes.
also make up a lot of the smell compounds, like
That's
the
what gives you the
thiols and
skunk
stuff like
smell.
that. Is your sulfur compounds like your funky, your ranky, stanky stuff? That's like
The
thiols.
skunk shit. Yeah. Gas.
So and the more that we learn, the more that this whole entourage effect becomes like more and more and more populated, because it was just cannabis or THC, and then it was CBDs, and then it was terpenes, and now you got flavonoids. And now not only the flavonoids, you have volatile sulfur compounds, and all of these are coexisting and coming
with the
together in a
THC on
symbiotic
top of it.
relationship. Yeah,
Yeah.
to make it be able to smell like whatever it wants. The cannabis, it can smell like whatever it wants. It can make up a smell, and it can smell like three things and taste like something else. It's just amazing to me.
I wonder
I'm
how
blown by that.
some of them taste like strawberries and grapes and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Like,
where
like
do
what came
these
first?
terps, right? Like, you get
Yeah.
these terps in certain fruits and flowers and stuff, but this is weed. Like, how
But,
could
like-
something like this, it's so amazing, like the things that they produce.
Yeah.
And you could grow something over here on the East Coast and grow the same thing on the West Coast and have two different tastes
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
buzz
use the
it.
same
Like
cultivar.
that's another thing that's cool about it. Where it's grown determines what cannabinoids and what flavors it's going to put out.
Yeah, like what came first, the flavor Fruity Pebbles or the cannabis Fruity Pebble? Because Fruity Pebbles is not a natural flavor out there. It's Fruity Pebbles. It's like a bunch
Right.
of, you know what I mean? So what came
get it,
first?
it's
'Cause I've
artificial.
tasted some cannabis. It was like, wow, that's Fruity Pebble. Like that's amazing. Right? But
Mhm.
what came first? Like was somebody smoking weed and was like, ooh, that would taste good as a cereal.
Yeah.
Or did the cannabis being like, you know what? I would like
Right.
to taste like that. I don't
Right.
know.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
What happened
Yep.
first? The egg or the chicken, right?
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
get into that philosophical discussion. Travis Bowie, did you get your seeds yet, man? I heard it's hard to get seeds into Canada. I just sent him some in a birthday card. I'm hoping they slipped through the border.
They should get through. I just sent 2 big packages up there and they got through. Like no
Good deal.
problem.
All right, cool.
And
I got-
I've
a
honestly
couple people
never
got
ever
shit,
had an
so.
issue up there. The only issue this time was they had one of the guys had a import like our some stupid fee he had to pay for it. Like I was just like to get like because I like even on the on the custom phones I mark it as a gift. It's like it's not like I'm like so if what if this
But
is
I
his
don't. I
birthday
just send
present?
it
He's
in
got
an
to pay
envelope.
$15 to pick up his birthday present just for to get it through the mail, even though like
Right.
already
No,
paid
I
the
send it in a card,
$50 to get it
man.
sent there. Like, come on, like this is ridiculous. Like, I
Nope.
get it though.
I
I mean,
pay
like,
for. Where is it?
because
Just
I'm sure it has to do with America like slamming everybody with these taxes, and we're getting rich of like off of like me paying more fucking on the shit I need to buy from China or wherever. Like, yeah, I have to pay more for that shit. Like,
all right. Let me
because
show you. Here's what I do when I send it international. Now, if it's just in the U.S., I
Hold on
send
real
it in a
quick.
plain
Let me see.
envelope. Just with my slaps. And what I'll do is I'll put them in this gasket, this hose gasket. I got a whole thing of them, cost me a couple bucks at the hardware store, right? I take it and I take a thick card. Now you can mail a card up to an ounce in weight
oh yeah,
anywhere in the
that's
world.
definitely a good way to say like for the money on shipping
Right,
up there.
right.
Like definitely,
Well,
like yeah,
and to sneak it through as well, like because I put this in
no,
here
and
and put it in, and
they're
you can't feel anything in there. You can't tell
they don't
receipt.
even the only way they would ever check that is if that washer got hung up on something and it got like
Right.
jammed and like the card got
Right.
jammed. Like that's the only way that they would never check a card.
Exactly. So, like, if
Personal
you
correspondence, I don't
sneak it
even
through
think
or
they
worried
can.
about it, that's a good way to do it.
And honestly, I don't even know if they're allowed to open personal correspondence. Like,
I'm not sure.
I guess they could at some point legally, like, but I think they would actually have to get like some sort of warrant to open up
Exactly.
personal
Yeah,
correspondence.
yeah.
Like they can't, like
They'd
it's
have
not
to
just like
be
a parcel
suspicious.
package where they can just open it up. Like, yeah, personal correspondence has a little bit more legalities behind it. I guess it all depends on what country it's going to and whatever, Like, I mean, if it's going to North Korea, like, what? Like, yeah, no, like that
You
shit
probably shouldn't be
goes right
sending
to the
seeds to North
burner.
Korea, anyways. You know what I mean? So, I
No, you
mean,
can't. You definitely cannot ship anything to
right,
North
you're
Korea.
not
Like,
gonna
no,
make
you
it. You
can't.
can, I guess.
Uh,
No, it's funny though. But yeah, it's Cavs taught me that little trick, and it seems to work great. Like I got seeds sent. I sent them to Tasmania, Australia, to King B. He got them.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it works. It definitely works to sneak it through. If you're in a pinch, like you said, if you got the money, just send them in a regular
yeah,
package.
and that
pay for
costs
it.
like
Right,
$2 because a parcel
right.
will cost you like 50. Like
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
minimum.
Like it's cheap, very cheap.
Yeah.
It costs you a price of a stamp and a card. I mean, the stamp is like $1.50 anywhere in the world. Yep.
Yeah, I was doing
That's right. That's what Cavs and Jack. I learned from Cavs. He's the one that walked me through it. He sent me the instructions.
yeah, I was doing giveaways, but I would do them because I was noticing everybody was getting their seeds and it would be crushed from how the roller, spits the letters through
Yep.
the mailing service.
Yeah, the sorters crush
the
everything.
sorter
You got they
crushes
don't.
Mhm.
So I always did a giveaways,
I've got
but it would
smashed
cost me
seeds
$10
myself.
a giveaway. So if I was able to do $1 a giveaway, I could do 10 giveaways instead of just one. You know what I mean?
That's why I do it. Look,
Yeah.
I got a stack of envelopes, and I get stamps as I need them.
Yeah.
To send out my slaps, or Defiant sent me some seeds. I got some more giveaways to do with that. So yeah, I mean it's definitely a lot cheaper to do, especially for me. I mean, I'm not a rich Mayan, but yeah, it's ain't a little bit that helps. Like the more I save, the more I can send out, because I don't make no money on my show. I don't sell seeds. I work, and everything I do when I send out seeds and stuff, it's seeds that have been sent to me that I send out, and the stamps come out of my pocket, but a buck ain't a big deal. It's not a big deal
You're
to
not
get
in the
good
business of
genetics
selling
out.
seeds, so
Right,
yeah,
right. It's exactly right.
possible.
I'm in the business of making sure everybody has seeds to grow, to have good genetics. To get the smaller genetic companies' names out there to people and say, look, these plants are from them. They show pictures and stuff on IG, and people are like, ooh, I got to grow that. And that's how my friends I help my friends out with their seed companies and stuff. I'll grow them, take pictures, be like, yeah, hit up this person, get some seeds.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's I look like I know how to grow, by the way my plants look and how good the cannabis is. But honestly, it's the genetics, because genetics is first and foremost. If you don't have good genetics, it doesn't matter if you have a $10 million setup. You're just not going to have good shit. You know what I mean?
Got to have
So
both.
you
I
gotta
mean,
have,
there's
yeah, you gotta
there's
have
more
good
factors than just
genetics.
that.
And then
Right.
my environment. I got my environment pretty much dialed in for the area that I'm in, and for what I have. Right, I'm working with with what I got basically, and my living soil. My living soil pretty much does all the work for me. I don't have to. The plant just eats what it wants when it wants, and I just make sure that I give it good water, top dress when it needs to, re-amend in between each grow, and just keep the worms happy. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll take fruit and vegetables or like potato skins or whatever, and I'll put in the bed. I'll just throw them in there from here. Put them underneath a little bit of the mulch layer or whatever. And I'm just a good steward to the situation that's going on there. And because it's good genetics, I'm coming out with some fire. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it's just good shit. Like I was doing some autoflowers, and the autoflowers, they wasn't as good, and it was kind of real leafy and larfy or whatever, in the same soil, and it just wasn't. It was lower quality. It was good stuff. It tasted good, and it like none of them hermed on me or anything. It was good, strong genetics like that, but the line just need to be worked. To get bigger, because I was only getting like an ounce and a half per plant, which isn't. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not. Photo period, I can actually get pound off of it if I grow it long enough.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. I got 5 pounds off of one plant outdoors last year, so
I got
it can
30
be done.
ounces.
Definitely can be done.
Off of a skunk number 1. It was a 4x4. It was one plant in the center. It was a 90-gallon soil, and it was wall to wall 4x4 plant. It was about an 18-inch canopy, maybe 16, 18-inch canopy, and I got 1 pound, 3/4, and 8 grams, 30 ounces. So close to 2 pounds. But that's my next. That's what I want to try and do next time. I'll try and get 2 pounds. But I don't really fill up the tent all the way to capacity. From a couple grows that I did fill my tent all the way up to all the way wall to wall. The tent, I mean, it kind of sucks in a little bit from your negative pressure. Just so that put a constraint on some of my buds and stuff like that. Would smash them. I'd have like flat spots on some of my buds. And then the airflow, you know what I mean? There's no airflow. If your buds are just constantly hanging out on a thing like this, there's no airflow going right here. So I kind of like them to be a couple inches away from the tent. And
bud rot spreads. So remember that
airflow going on. Yeah.
Yep.
It's and I just washed down my walls with peroxide water to help try to kill any mold or pathogens or anything like that.
Right.
So I was going to use bleach, and the wife was like, "Don't use bleach. She's like, use peroxide." And I'm like, better, because bleach, it really doesn't.
You can use an alcohol solution.
Good.
Yeah, you can use. Yeah,
but either vinegar or peroxide. Or I probably could have put vinegar in with the peroxide. I don't know. But what I did use was the Q Yaha from Builder Soil. It's a saponin that made the water a little soapy with the peroxide.
That's a surfactant, basically.
Yeah, it's like a sap. It's makes water wetter, basically.
Right. So yeah.
That's what I
cool,
did.
Man.
Makes water wetter.
Yeah. It's.
I get it. I get what he's saying.
That's how.
Galaxy, nobody won yet, buddy.
I just thought it was. I know. I just thought it was fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, that's funny.
Makes water wetter.
It makes ice slicker.
Yeah.
I got you, Taz. Don't worry, bro. I know what you're
saying. Yeah, it's that's how it's explained to me, so I like to say it. It's kind of a different way. You don't hear it very often.
Oh, it is what it is. We all get it. We get it. We're growers. We know what that I can't say it, but I know what it does. Yahweh or
Yahweh?
Well, the stuff you're talking about, the yam,
yucca. The yucca plant.
Yucca, yeah, yucca.
Yucca plant also produces a saponin.
That
What's happening
definitely
is
does.
the
That's why I know a lot of people use that as well. That's why I couldn't think of the name of it.
you can if you're tired of washing your clothes in regular detergent, you can buy these things. These things called soap nuts, and they're like walnut looking things. And you buy like 2 of them, and you put them in water, and you can shake them up, and then the saponin within that soap nut will come out, and it'll wash your clothes.
Yep.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
Breaks up the surface tension. There you go.
Yeah,
John Lindsay. That's the technical
breaks
term
up the
for
surface
it.
tension. Yeah, makes
That's
water
the
wetter.
technicals. Make it wetter, dude. TJ, good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a while, buddy.
What is going
Good to
on?
see you. Good to see you. Cheers, my friend.
There's a giveaway going on worldwide. We got 4 packs of genetics going on. We'll be drawing it here in about 5 minutes or so. Do appreciate everybody that has entered into the giveaway. I do appreciate Chaotic Rage for doing the giveaway. We tried to give it away last week. That just made me think of like give it away now. But
Somebody passed up on something good there.
But yeah, I even hit them up on Discord a couple times, and that's where I know them from. It's the same name, so I know it's the same person.
Yeah.
At least what I thought. But they haven't been back, but yeah, I don't know if they was here at the end when we did the drawing, so I don't even know if they know. So you have to be here during the time of the drawing. What is going on, Doors?
Holy
How you
shit.
doing?
It's Doors. I'll be damned. How you doing, buddy? We seen your brother RJS in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
Heck yeah, I couldn't do this without y'all. Quite honestly, I would just be here hanging out, talking to myself. And I think I would still do the show. I love it. I love doing the show. I love it's really awesome. I'm glad I got a bunch of people up here. I mean, to bounce around some knowledge, and hopefully through the casual conversation, you'll be able to learn a little bit, get some things out of it. Maybe throw in the comments afterwards, things that you thought about, or even counter arguments to some of the things that we have said, or maybe we missed the mark or something like that. I definitely would love to hear it.
For sure.
If you're watching this as a VOD, do subscribe, because I mean you've made it this far. That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, good discussions, man. I love talking to you guys because we always have. I mean, I usually learn something at least, and I have a good time talking about it. I love talking plants. I mean, but that's the great thing about this community. We don't talk religion, politics, shit that we can argue about, unless it's like weed related stuff. But it's stuff we all relate with, and we can have heated debates on stuff. And in the end, like we come out smiling and laughing and learning, and no hard feelings and shit. Like I know some people that just quit talking to each other on some podcasts, like completely. Like it's like, man, lighten up.
Yeah.
The real world's shitty enough,
I always
man. We don't need that
learning
here.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's RJS. He's still here.
Take up a little bit of knowledge here and there, just soak it up like a sponge, man.
Yeah. Rob Shot, what's going on? Good to see you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty awesome. We're so I think if I get past 10 episodes, I'm gonna start taking the episodes and start putting them on Spotify and some of the other podcasts, cat podcasts.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely. Get the word out there, man. TJ, congratulations, man. That's awesome. First time dry sifting. I haven't done that yet myself. Cool.
Raised 8 grams, got back 3. We pressed 1 at 160.
Not bad. I mean,
that's more than ain't it something like 10%? You're only supposed to be.
I mean, that seems pretty damn good to me, right? You had a good.
Yeah.
You must have had a good presser, and for sure.
Yeah, he's got a nice one.
Dry stuff gives you a little bit more than 10%, but that's
is that what it is?
It's still good.
Okay, yeah.
That's
So
that's
I think
nice.
Bud gives you like
doesn't matter. Like
10%.
you're making your own
It's still
fresh
good.
rosin like at home. Like
Yeah,
there's
that's awesome.
nothing to be better than the else in the world, you know. Like so,
No.
you're good.
Terps,
You're
flavor,
well up on the game.
yeah, you are on top of it right there. Like I tell people, like I love live resin, don't get me wrong, but live rosin, that's especially like cold cured rosin, like that's the tastiest shit I've ever had in my life.
Yeah,
Right.
like I really only do rosins like just because I have a press. But I mean like so. I mean if I even like I go to this dispo or something like I'm still just gonna buy the rosin because like who knows how the fuck. I mean most of them is CO2 now and shit. But I just I just like heat and pressure. That's all you need. Like
Right.
do it naturally.
Yeah,
But
why not? I mean, and you can't tell me that some of that butane and shit chemicals don't get left behind because some of the stuff I taste, depending on who it's done by, I can taste it in there. It makes me cough a little more, or it doesn't taste quite as good, or there's like an aftertaste or something. Like you got to make sure that all that's evaporated off and shit. So like if you're
Yeah.
doing it with heat, you ain't got to worry about the solvents being, evaporated off or cooked off. Like it's straight, it's there. Like it's just cool. You can just hit it.
And that's another thing is I don't know is like I'm pretty sure that like still any extraction form, like a chemical extraction, is ripping the terps. Like you're not like so they literally have to put terpenes back into the shit because the chemicals literally ripped it all out. Like like when you do that, you're leaving just the cannabinoids behind. You're not leaving like most of the terpenes when you're using the chemical like that. It is gone. From what I know, like I mean, so they're putting terpenes back in there, apparently, but
yeah,
that's what they're doing with a lot of the pens that I get now that are they'll be live resin and THC crystals, diamonds, and what they do is they'll take it and they'll take the live resin, put it into a centrifuge, and they will separate the dry diamonds, THC diamonds, from the terp sauce, and then they reintroduce it because apparently it makes it more pure and more potent. So they basically mix it back together after separating it.
To kind of finish what you were saying there, what they do is they extract the two and then they redecarboxylate the diamonds, so they're not volatilizing the terpenes, and then they put them back together. So they got to decarboxylate before they put it in the pen.
Right, and then it also brings the potency up on it too.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah.
but yeah, it's pretty interesting how they do that. But
very.
I take anything natural over putting synthetic shit through it. Like the heat. I mean, it's heat. So you're right, Chaotic. You're absolutely right. Like there's no other better flavor that you can get out of this stuff than some fresh pressed rosin. It's just at least from what I found.
Yeah, I mean, and you can do it. You just gotta freeze your shit right off the bat, and then you gotta get a freeze dryer and bubble wash it, and then dry wash. Wash your hat, and that's how you get it the natural way. It's a very long, tedious process to get fresh frozen rosin. Than it is resin. Like,
and when you see the outcome,
like I don't even know like why they say resin, because when I was a kid, like resin was the shit you scraped out of a pipe to smoke.
Right.
Like, and now it's like that's like what they're selling you. Like, so I'm just like, yeah, that's basically what I was like. I just that's just what I like compared to in my mind. I'm like, yeah, like I want rosin with an O.
Right.
All right.
There's a difference.
Let's go ahead and do this giveaway. I'm about 3 minutes late. So put in Chaotic Genetics real fast in the chat.
Good
Got
luck
up here at the time of drawing, which is here in a couple seconds, and is worldwide.
Good luck, everybody. Oh damn, man, time has flown, hasn't it? Shit.
If you want to, if you want to let them know what they're gonna win. Chaotic.
Yes,
good shit.
Packs. You get a pack of the Butternut OG, which is a regular pack, and then you get a pack of the Invictus. That's a feminized pack. Pack of the Blockchain S1. That's obviously a feminized. And then the Atesh, which is another feminized pack. You're getting 4 packs.
4 packs of beans worldwide. Got a mailbox.
Nice.
We'll get it to you.
Score.
I do appreciate this. For sure. All right, is everybody ready? We got 16 in there, 25 in the chat.
Good luck,
one of
everybody. Let's
me.
do this.
So, chaotic genetics, capital C, capital G. Going once. Good luck. Going twice. All right.
Who's it gonna be? Am I gonna?
Me. Me.
Oh, Travis.
Oh, I was so close.
Congratulations.
Trav,
That's a big
hey,
winner.
see, I just spoke that shit into existence. Tom. He
yeah, you
just
said
won
something
my
earlier, didn't you?
on, so I
Yeah,
just sent him
All right.
some.
So chaotic. They got to get a hold of you, or you
Yeah.
want
Oh
to get a
yeah,
hold of
buddy.
me?
Good
Get a hold of
job.
you?
Hey, he's on a roll.
What's up?
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll be sending them out
He's on a
anyway, so
roll, man.
they can just get a hold of me.
Okay. All right. So let me get your Instagram link.
Yeah, you definitely just DM me on Instagram, unless you're in Taz's Discord or Pigeon's Discord.
My my Discord's pinned up top, but I'll go ahead and do it again. Let me know if this link is good. Everybody, I think Travis is in my Discord. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
think so.
should.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Congratulations. 4 packs of some awesome genetics. I have faith that they're going to be winners, bangers. I know that's why I very
Ooh,
quickly
Yeah.
turned around and planted another bean of that Georgia Hope.
Am I freezing up?
I
Or
gave
was
my
that
sister
him?
a whole pack of them too. She's going to have a couple outside. Thought that was cool.
I'm not in.
Sweet. Huh? Heck yeah. Yeah, definitely get a hold of Chaotic Rage.
That's awesome.
And let's see here. Let me get a couple more links going down.
Yeah, if they don't want to, yeah,
just watch some. What's that?
Yeah. Nothing. I was just gonna say, just link my Instagram. I think you linked yours.
Did I link mine? Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, Jesus. Yeah, right there. Good looking.
I would do it, but I'm not even logged in on my computer.
I just seen
Instagram
Instagram and I didn't look at the name at the end. I just seen Instagram. I was like, oh, that link.
Yeah, so just hit
I
me
got
up
them all
on
on the
Instagram.
notepad. Just like
DM
I don't
me.
have them named. I just got all the link. So go to that Instagram, Travis, and follow that Chaotic Genetics. I got an underscore at the end of mine because I was live streaming on Twitch and somebody found out that I didn't have a Instagram, and they went and made an Instagram with my name. Came back, told me like, "Ha, I made an Instagram in your name, and I'm never going to use it," and left and never came back. So now I got a fucking underscore under my name. Or after Tazarello underscore. All right, I had almost all of them would have been because it's a unique name, you know what I mean? But whatevers.
Jeez.
But yeah, congratulations, Travis. I do appreciate the giveaway, Chaotic. And where'd he go? I think he I don't know.
Yeah, he lost connection. He said sorry, something happened to his connection.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I appreciate you being here. And listen, Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The Dr. Danknog Show. Whoa, whoa.
that link. Come and show your grow.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Yeah, that's I'll be.
Tomorrow night. Yes, sir. That's right.
I feel so guilty because normally I don't work on weekends, right? But the last couple weekends I've had to work on a Saturday. One weekend I had to work Sunday too. So I got to go to bed. I got to wake up at like 5 a.m. So I go to bed at 9, and then Garden Cultivation Network comes on at 9 on Friday. So normally it wouldn't be a problem if I didn't have to go to sleep, but then I can't like stay up till 11 and then try to think I'm getting up. You know what I mean? Because then I wouldn't go to bed till midnight. 5 hours of sleep. It's just not. It's not a thing. So I end up missing out on Garden Cultivation Network on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and show your grow there. Also, I'm going to try and show up again this Friday, but it just ain't been working out. My boss, he has a lot of work, and it's even wintertime, too. I told him, like, what are you doing? Like, wintertime's supposed to be the kind of off season. Piling it on here, dude. I'm not complaining, really, because I need the money. But, yeah, I definitely want to come and show you my grow, because now I got my plants that was in veg are now like 4 weeks into flower, and they're nice and big and healthy looking. So I don't think I'm working this Saturday. I'm gonna tell him no. I'm not doing it. So I can stay up later. Like tomorrow, I got a 2-hour drive. I'm going from the northeast part of Ohio to the center of Ohio. Right. About a 2-hour drive and a 2-hour drive home. So that's 4 hours of driving. I got to work an 8-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
But I do Raising Cane's. You guys hip to the Raising Cane's food chain? It's like a chicken strip place.
I haven't been to it, but yeah, I know what it is.
I've never been to an open one, but I've remodeled and done new construction, commercial construction.
Man, they didn't bring you lunch? What the?
Sometimes, but they bring us donuts in the morning. Donuts and coffee is there
at
in the
least
morning.
you get that.
Other
That's cool.
no.
Some people
My boss
nothing.
takes us to lunch and stuff like that. But not my not. That'd be nice if they did. If they brought it from another location. So we did I think it was a Marco's Pizza, and because it's local, it was only like, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles down the road. There was another location. So they did bring us two large pieces pizza with all kinds of stuff on them. So that was pretty cool. What? He did extra video. Oh my evening. Hey, I do appreciate you everybody being here. And
yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Hanging out. Definitely made the show awesome.
Oh yeah.
We'll be here again next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another Sunday Tent Talk with Tazarello and friends. And we couldn't do it without you, everybody in chat. Definitely appreciate it. Appreciate everybody up on panel. I even put some more requests out there to some people. I'm gonna put some. I gotta kind of formulate it into an email so I can start emailing some people, because not everybody has a Discord,
Right.
people don't really like to answer to Instagram DM. There's some people that you message them and it's like they're not gonna reply. You know what I mean? It literally sends a message back to you like they're not gonna reply back. They don't even. It's not a thing for them. So I'm gonna do that. Get some big name people up here. Get some good knowledge, and I think it'll be really fun. It'll be exceptional.
Yep.
But you guys
learn, spread knowledge, and learn at the same time. It's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. So follow Rock Solo. When are you going live again?
We're probably gonna do it tomorrow, 1:30.
1:30 to 1:30. Tune in.
No, I don't. I can't keep doing it. I can't. I just can't, man. I'm gonna fucking. I can't go that long. It's burning me out.
I would do like 6 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours, and we're like, all right, man.
No.
Oh, Rock is firing up right now.
Let's go.
Ready to go to tomorrow. Yeah. Are you gonna fire it up right now? No.
Oh heck no.
No.
Are you kidding? You guys were holding me up tonight. I barely spoke. I'm so out of it.
So tired. Yeah, go get some sleep. I gotta get some sleep. If anybody wants to follow my Instagram, I think I accidentally already put the link out there a bunch of times. It is pinned up top. You'll probably see some actually like real life stuff of mine, not just cannabis.
Working Taz.
And if you don't like X, I don't know. I don't really do a Facebook.
No, I don't do the Facebook. No.
Yeah.
I honestly just logged back in there into X the other day because I lost my hard drive that had literally like all my photos and all my notes and like literally everything on it. Like I left it in my computer and my kids were screwing around with the computer and they reformatted the jump drive that I had on there. I was like, oh, you know, like so literally like all my information like that I have left now is like on public platforms. Like
Oh,
so I like
my.
log into like these platforms and like retrieve just like every like photo I've ever like had and try and
Yeah.
like recover some of this shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been looking into that a little bit, like on there here and there. But
That's
I don't
pretty
post
cool.
on there anymore. Like I didn't really post on there a lot anyways, but
I just post everybody's links. That's all I do. And then like real life photos of me, where I work and my home garden, stuff like that. If you want to see cannabis, that's my Instagram, or Dr. Dank Show, or the Garden Cultivation Network. Those are the 3 places that I show my plants. And then I'll start showing some more shorts here soon on this channel here. But other than that, I don't know if I'll do like a show your grow type of thing. I like this format, this podcast.
Yeah.
And then one long live a week is enough for me because I do have a gaming channel, which is Tazarello Gaming. And then I do go live sometimes throughout the week, just as a casual live. I don't have no schedule, which I probably should, but no. But all right, that's it for me. And Chaotic Raids, Rock Solo, appreciate you being here. Chat,
Always.
everybody
I'll
was
see you
awesome.
next week, my
thanks for
brother.
having us.
See you next week. Bye, friends.
Bye,
Thanks,
friend.
chat. Peace.
Chaotic.